After being bullied by somebody repeatedly, how do you react to that? Do you sit down saying this person is much bigger than me, therefore I dare not to challenge them? Or do you at some point say, you know what, I think enough is enough. After all, we're all going to die anyway. If you're going to kill me, then rather kill me, but I'm not going to stand for this anymore. Because sometimes when you allow a bully to do things the way you want to do, he won't just bully you. He will try to bully you in front of your children. And later on, perhaps bully your children. Now, who are you as a parent? How will you be defined in the future if you allow somebody else to bully your children just because he's stronger than you? Well, South Africa has hit back at the United States of America by forcing tax on Google, Facebook, and ChatGPT. Yes, fellas, South Africa is standing up. They say they need to tax Google, Facebook, and ChatGPT. You are certainly asking yourself why they're going to do this. Oh, what's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You are appreciated. My name is Zack. If you're looking for news in Africa, you are at the right place. Uganda, Tanzania, South Africa, Nigeria, Namibia, Malawi. This is where you get the news. Before we continue, please click on the button. It's called subscribe so we can be family. Okay, let's go. South Africa is taxing Google. Why? A competition commission went and investigated, and they found out that the presence of this big tech in South Africa actually slows down the productivities of local media, therefore making them lose money. I'm going to explain. Number one, the commission found that while platforms like Google, Facebook boost traffic to online websites, digital advertising revenue cannot compensate the loss experienced by the shifting models, meaning Google and them are making more money than the local news in South Africa. Number two, the commission has found that the result in South Africa is a shrinking newsroom and 50% reduction in journalism jobs. So there's no more jobs as journalists because there's Google, Meta, and all that stuff happening in South Africa. Number three, meanwhile, digital platforms control how visible news media can be. You may have a news media that is normal, okay, that says the office. If you have to put it online to compete with other people, Meta or Google or any other entity will define how visible you're going to be, as opposed to physically when people have to go by their newspaper. Therefore, Meta, Google, and all of that have more power over local medias than local medias have over the country. Number four, the commission found that local news media does benefit from traffic referral from digital platform totaling 200 million rand. However, a company like Google benefits from South African news content to a tune of 800 million rand. Yes, South Africa acknowledged we are gaining 200 million, but you are getting 800 million for us. And this is definitely not acceptable. The South African Commission also notes that the AI that belongs to all these platforms have been learning from local websites without authorization. Therefore, they should be gifted some of the money generated by these systems. So, in other words, South Africa is hitting back at the United States of America. What does South Africa want? They want Google to pay between 300 and 500 million rand. They want to negotiate AI deals to ensure fair compensation for AI training, so you just can't take data for free. Allowing local media to negotiate funding and policies with Google directly. Okay, South Africa is pushing back. Why? Because a few days ago, America, through Donald Trump, cuts the aid to South Africa. They stopped the aid after Trump accused South Africa of taking land from white people without compensation.
It's only South Africa. Terrible things are happening in South Africa. The leadership is doing some terrible things, horrible things. So that's under investigation right now. We'll make a determination. And until such time as we find out what South Africa is doing, they're taking away land, they're confiscating land, and actually they're doing things that are perhaps far worse than that.
After Donald Trump accused South Africa of taking land from white people with no compensation, this is how Cyril Ramaphosa responded back.
Are concerned about the potential impact of the decision by the United States government to suspend some of its funding for HIV and TB programs in African countries for 90 days. Now, this funding that we get accounts for about 17% of our country's HIV spend. We will not be deterred. We are, as South Africans, a resilient people, and we will not be bullied.
It was clearly a war of words between the two countries. America accusing South Africa of being a racist country, while South Africa saying we are strong, we are not going to give up. Now, fellas, you know, a couple of days ago, there was a big meeting, the G20 meetings. This is the meeting that unites all the big boys in the world. Okay, all the big countries come together and discuss the future. For the very first time in Africa, it was hosted in South Africa. Guess what happened? America did not show up. They boycotted it. Okay? Secretary of State Marco Rubio clearly said he's not going to South Africa because it's not out of the interest of America to go to South Africa. That is a very clear message. Okay, I'm having a party here, you're invited, but no, I'm not going. Why? Because you're sick? No, I'm not sick, but I'm just not going. It means I don't value you. Or maybe I have an issue with you. I need to send you a very clear message that I'm not one of those people you play with. Oh, matter of fact, yeah, let me show you who I am. How did Cyril Ramaphosa react to that? Cyril Ramaphosa is very diplomatic. In a very diplomatic way, he said,
"This is not a boycott. This can be ascribed to a whole number of reasons, which he has stated, which we note. And we have resolved that we will, in the diplomatic process, be able to have those matters discussed, to have those matters dealt with, so that we are able to iron out wrinkles that may have appeared in our relationship."
You can clearly hear what he said. It was not a boycott. Was it not a boycott? Well, it's like somebody slapped you in the face and now, okay, it wasn't a slap. I think he was just trying to push my head. That's what it sounded like. Well, he doesn't want to look too strong while he has to keep face and not look too weak. But in another way, the Minister of Energy in South Africa responded. While Cyril Ramaphosa had to be the good cop, his minister had to be the bad cop. He says South Africa is open to nuclear project bids from Russia or Iran. Okay? You see where they're hitting. Oh, we've got Russia and Iran. Why did they say that? Because South Africa and the United States of America have a nuclear deal en route. Well, the nuclear deal exists between SA and America. However, the deal expired in 2022. Now they're renegotiating the deal. The deal has been written. It is ready, but not implemented yet. Now they're telling them, don't try to intimidate us. The message is very clear. If you intimidate us, we have another option. We have Iran we can work with on the nuclear. Yes, South Africa has had its own nuclear projects for a long time. They've worked on nuclear technology and many other things, while the nuclear bomb of South Africa was dismantled many years after. Well, I don't know why they did that, because everybody needs the nuclear bomb to be respected today. However, the message is very clear. If you push us too hard, we have other options. So South Africa, in response from the pressure from the United States of America, have now urged that Google, Twitter, and Meta and ChatGPT to start paying a tax because they're making way too much money in the country. And their presence is slowing down journalism and local media outlets. How is that possible? Because tech companies are the distributors of news today. Therefore, they choose where to place you and where not to place you. South Africa has also told Twitter they need to regulate their algorithm and slow down with misinformation. Why? Because Elon Musk was supporting the rhetoric that says that white South Africans are persecuted, and all that fire went from Twitter. So you're going to pay a tax in South Africa. Number 2, we're going to negotiate your AI learning from our content. Number 3, we want our news outlet to discuss directly with Google. Number 4, we have an option to the nuclear bid. We can talk to the Russians or the Iranian. Now you tell me what you want to do. Now what do you think this is going to be? How do you think Donald Trump is going to react to this? Is Cyril Ramaphosa doing the right thing by pushing back on somebody that weighs way too much and trying to get his way on everything? Or do you think he's doing a little too much by presenting them, I have a possible friend in Iranians? Will Donald Trump back down, or will he inflict now more damage by not just touching the aid but by also crippling the trade? God bless.